You guys, today's tea is the kind that starts as small gossip and ends up connecting PR stunts, red carpet backlash, messy friend fallouts, and Kardashian level rumor control all in 1 week. And the weird part? A lot of this isn't even coming from tabloids first. It's coming from clips, comments, and the internet doing what it does best, spiraling. Quick note before we jump in, you're watching CelebPulse. I'm Ava Sinclair, and I'll keep this fast, clean, and packed with the what happened and the why people are losing it. All right, let's start with the headline that feels like a PR play, but also kind of a mess. Sweeney just launched a lingerie brand, and the way it broke online felt less like a normal rollout and more like a viral trap. Because according to TMZ, the first big wave of attention hit when a story dropped claiming Sydney's team could be facing heat over a stunt near the Hollywood sign, something about bras being strung up, and the idea that filming permission didn't automatically mean props permission. And the reason people clocked it so fast? The video didn't look like random security footage. It looked edited, like it was meant to be seen. Then, almost like clockwork, Sydney posts the same vibe on her own Instagram and points everyone to her new lingerie label, Siren, with a launch date of January 28th and the whole "this is for you" messaging. So now people are split into two camps. One side says smart marketing, the other says this is giving chaos PR. And the internet really leaned into it because this wasn't just a random business move. Fans have been connecting dots since that rumored lingerie company buzz that followed her appearing at a high-profile wedding last summer tied to Jeff Bezos. Whether or not that investment theory was ever real, it created a narrative. Sydney is pivoting into business, but the rollout is controversy first. And then you have Tana Mongeau jumping into the conversation like, who on her team is steering her like this? Basically arguing Sydney could sell almost anything and print money, but a lingerie lane puts her directly in a market already dominated by giants. That's the real issue people keep circling back to. Lingerie is not an empty arena. It's packed. And the moment you step in, the internet immediately compares you to brands like Skims and Fenty. And suddenly, it's not cute launch. It's prove you belong. And that's why this story won't die quickly. Because it's not just about bras. It's about whether a celebrity brand launch is a genuine business move or a controversy engine with a shopping cart attached. But speaking of controversy engines, let's talk about the red carpet camera that suddenly became its own scandal. Because the Glambot situation is still going, and it got awkward fast. Here's what sparked it. A clip went viral of Jennifer Lopez doing the Glambot, and online critics claimed she was rude for not acknowledging the guy coordinating it, Cole Walliser, the face behind a lot of those slow-motion carpet moments often associated with E! News coverage. In response, Cole posted a defense of her, basically saying live events are hectic and people shouldn't read too much into a quick interaction. So far, fine. But then, in the middle of all that, old emails surfaced, and the internet didn't care about context at first because the tone looked dismissive to some people, especially when it involved pricing and a potential client being made to feel like they couldn't afford it. Cole eventually responded publicly in a video, acknowledging the tone was wrong, saying the emails were from years ago, and apologizing for how it came across. He also addressed the bigger accusation people were throwing around and said he understood why someone reading those messages could assume bias, even if it wasn't his intent. Now, whether you think the backlash was fair or not, what made it explode is simple. The Glambot is supposed to be glamorous. It's literally built on making people feel iconic. So the moment people feel like someone behind the scenes isn't treating everyone equally or might be dismissive, it hits the brand identity of the whole thing. And then the timing got even funnier because right in the middle of this, Popcrave rolls out their own stun cam concept at a Spotify event. Basically a Glambot alternative. So now the conversation isn't just, did he mess up? It's, is this the beginning of Glambot competition? And with the Grammy Awards happening, people immediately started asking, is Cole going to be on the carpet? Is this going to be weird? Is he even working it? That's how fast the internet shifts. One viral clip turns into a career conversation. But if you think that's tense, wait until you hear who's hanging out with who in the middle of a very specific mom group drama. Because Ashley Tisdale showing up with Hailey Duff is the kind of detail that feels small until you remember the context. This week, Ashley Tisdale was seen hanging out with Hailey Duff, and normally that would be a cute, harmless, friends catching up moment. But the reason people reacted is because Ashley recently talked about leaving what she described as a toxic mom group in an interview that's been widely discussed online. And speculation instantly swirled around who was in that group. Names like Hilary Duff, Mandy Moore, and Meghan Trainor have been floated by fans in the chatter. Now add this. It's been an open secret online that Hillary and Hailey have had a complicated relationship for a long time, with lots of they're not close talk. So when Hailey is liking Ashley's content and then hanging out with her right when Ashley's mom group comments are still trending, people interpret it like a message. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's just friends being friends. But celebrity gossip doesn't run on maybe. It runs on timing. And timing is exactly what made people go, oh, this is messy. Meanwhile, fans also pointed out Hillary is out here touring, thriving, and building her own momentum again. So the contrast becomes its own storyline. One side gets dragged into group chat drama, the other keeps moving like nothing happened. And that leads us right into another internet storyline that Kendall just poked at and somehow made louder. Because Kendall Jenner just addressed the Kardashian curse, and the internet took it as a challenge. According to chatter around a Fanatics campaign and clips discussed online, Kendall Jenner leaned into the long-running joke that whenever she dates someone, their career takes a hit, what people call the Kardashian curse. She even emphasized the technical detail people love to argue about. My last name isn't Kardashian, it's Jenner. Which, yes, is the kind of line that's meant to be playful, but also absolutely designed to get reposted. And then the plot thickened because rumors started circulating that she and Devin Booker might be flirting again. Why? Because people latched onto a clip from the Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon conversation where Kendall's ad came up, and commenters noticed Devin jumping into the comments with playful, borderline flirty energy, leading to Kendall clapping back and him responding again. It's the kind of exchange that sends fans into detective mode instantly. Are they back together? Is this just jokes? Is this a soft launch? Because when celebrities genuinely want the internet to stop speculating, they usually don't feed the comment section. And when they do feed it even a little, people treat it like confirmation. But Kendall isn't the only one cleaning up narratives this week, because Kim Kardashian went full, let's put this rumor to bed mode. Kim showed up on Khloe in Wonderland and addressed multiple things that have been floating around online for months. First up, the way people talk about her parenting, especially regarding North. Kim acknowledged the scrutiny and said on the podcast that people assume she's trying to be North's best friend, and she pushed back on that. She explained that North has rules, but she also allows her to express herself. Hair, style, and those looks the internet loves to argue about. And that's a smart way to frame it because it hits both sides. She's saying, I'm not permissive, while also saying, I'm not shutting her down. Whether the internet buys it is another story, because people don't just judge parenting. They judge parenting when it's public, edited, and turned into memes. But then Kim jumped into the Christmas rumor that honestly refused to die, the 4 puppies situation. According to what was said on Khloe's podcast, Kim confirmed she did get multiple puppies for the kids for Christmas and now has 6 dogs total. Khloe even asked about proof of life, which tells you everything, because when a rumor gets big enough, even family members have to address what the internet is whispering. Kim's defense was basically that it's teaching responsibility, the dogs are there, and the kids are learning. The internet reaction, though, is predictable. People hear multiple puppies at once and instantly imagine chaos, caretakers, and impulse decisions. And Kim knows that. That's why she addressed it at all. But the most headline-ready part of that podcast wasn't even the dogs. It was the photo deletion story that people turned into a conspiracy. Because Kim also explained why she and her mom removed photos with Meghan and Harry. And it wasn't the dramatic feud people wanted it to be. According to Kim's account on the podcast, the photos were taken at a birthday party. They had permission to post, and then later they were asked to remove them because it was Remembrance Day, and it might not look great for them to appear like they were partying on that date. Kim said they took them down out of respect, even though she felt it could become a bigger story precisely because they removed them. And she was right, because once you delete a celebrity photo, the internet treats it like evidence of a hidden fight. Kim even joked about how they could have leaned into it as a brand moment, like a playful campaign where a post goes up and then gets deleted, making the whole thing feel less dramatic. That detail matters because it shows how celebrities think now. Everything is either a crisis or content, and sometimes the same moment can be both. But she didn't stop there, because she also addressed another friendship people have been side-eyeing for a while. Kim spoke about her relationship with Larsa Pippen and basically confirmed what many people already assumed. They're not enemies, but they're not as close as they used to be. According to Kim on the podcast, there's no bad blood. Their kids still overlap in school circles. She still has love for her, but life shifted. Larsa's divorce period and Kim's own relationship chaos, plus Larsa moving to Miami, all contributed to that distance. And that's the kind of explanation that feels true even without extra drama, because friendships don't always explode. Sometimes they just fade. But when you're famous, the internet treats fading like secret beef. And Kim chose to frame it calmly. No shade, no tea dump, no here's what she did. Just, we're good, we're just not tight. Which is probably the cleanest way to stop rumors without fueling them. But here's the bigger theme connecting all these stories. Everybody's managing narratives this week. Sydney's launch is being framed through controversy. Glambot drama is being framed through accountability. Ashley and Haley's hangout is being framed through timing. Kendall's curse joke is being framed through relationship hints. And Kim is doing straight-up rumor control. Dogs, parenting, friendships, and deleted photos. And that's why this is perfect CelebPulse material. It's not just gossip. It's the way celebrity stories get built in real time. Before we wrap, one more thing to watch. With the Grammys happening, people are still eyeing whether the Glambot presence is awkward, whether any of these celebs end up on the carpet in a way that adds fuel, and whether the internet finds a new reaction moment to obsess over. Because if this week has proven anything, it's that one clip, one comment, or one deleted post is all it takes. That's for all today from the week. This is Ava Sinclair for CelebPulse. Drop your take in the comments. Was Sydney's lingerie rollout smart marketing or messy PR? And do you think Kendall and Devin are actually back on or just playing with the internet? I'll see you in the next one.